Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Ms. Shagufta Ibrahim is here with your social studies new topic, Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. As we have done the independence movement from up to the Aligarh movement and two nation theory. Then we have discussed the Allahabad address and Pakistan resolution and Chaudhry Rahmat Ali's now and never slogan, and as he suggested the name Pakistan for the separate homeland for the Indian Muslims. Now we will go through the leadership of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. The leader Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah's picture here. He was born on 25th December 1876 in Karachi. As all of you know, his birthday is on 25th December. Early life, his father was a prosperous Muslim merchant named Jinnah Punja. His father's name was Jinnah Punja. He was a trader and he received his early education at the Sindh Madrasa and later at the Mission School, Karachi. So early education of Quaid-e-Azam was from Sindh Madrasa and Mission School, Karachi. When he was in England, he observed that many people from India became slaves and were treated poorly. He realized that there was a difference of treatment between the rulers and the ruled. So when he was in England, what he Quaid-e-Azam realized that Muslims were treated as the slaves, and they were treated very badly by the rulers. Who were the rulers at that time? The British were the rulers at that time, and Hindus have made a good relationship with British also. So both of them, Hindus and British, were treating the Muslims very badly, like their slaves. So Quaid-e-Azam realized and observed the differences between rulers and the ruled. And rulers were the British, and ruled were home upon the ruling, or the ruling is done. Political career. He started his political life as Dadabhai Naoroji's personal secretary. So his political career was started as Dadabhai as a personal secretary, and Quaid-e-Azam joined Indian National Congress in 1896. So first, Quaid-e-Azam joined the Indian National Congress. The Congress was the main political party of Indians, means for both Hindus and Muslims. In his early career, Jinnah supported the British because he thought that they would grant Indians political freedom. So, in the beginning, what he had done, Jinnah supported British because he thought that British would give them the political freedom. British would allow the Muslims or the Indians to move their political movements freely. They will be free uh, in politics of India. Membership of All India Muslim League. In 1930, he joined Muslim League without leaving Congress. In 1916, he became the president of Muslim League and began to work for Hindu-Muslim unity. As I have told you, in 1885, there was only one political party in India, which was known as Congress. But Congress never talked about the rights of the Muslims, and Congress was the party totally belonged and supported the Hindus of the subcontinent. So Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah realized that it was not it would not be beneficial for the Muslims to support Congress. So Muslim leaders of the subcontinent formed their own political party known as All India Muslim League, and Qaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah joined the Muslim League in 1913. Ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity. So Lucknow Pact was a bright chapter in the dark and gloomy time of Indian politics. Lucknow Pact created a political homogeneity between the two nations, and Qaid-e-Azam was conferred with a proud title of Ambassador of Hindu-Muslim unity. So Qaid-e-Azam wanted to create the unity among the Hindus and Muslims of India because he thought that freedom or independence from British was only lies in the unity of Hindus and Muslims. So Jinnah tried hard to create the unity among the Muslims and Hindus at that time. Iqbal's influence. Jinnah changed his thinking and changed his belief about the Hindus. Started working for the Muslims, only accepted Pakistan as the only solution. But after realizing the situation of India, Jinnah thought that Pakistan was the only solution for the Muslims of the India. Truth about Jinnah. Jinnah was an honest politician, an extremely intelligent lawyer, a great leader, a hardworking and honest human being, a man with a vision, peace loving. So these were the truths and qualities of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. His illness. Through 1940, Jinnah suffered from tuberculosis only. His sister and a few other close to him were aware of his condition. In 48, Jinnah's health began to falter by heavy workload that had fallen upon him following Pakistan's independence. So, because of tuberculosis, Jinnah died in 1948 after 1 year of the creation of Pakistan. Final result resting place of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. He died on 11th September 1948. He is buried in Karachi. So you can see the tomb of Qaid-e-Azam, which is located in Karachi, and this is the final uh, resting place of Muhammad Ali Jinnah. So after doing the characteristic and the efforts and leadership, great leadership of Muhammad Ali Jinnah, which brought the Muslims of the subcontinent on one platform, you have to do these questions in your copy, and before doing this, watch the video and read your textbook also. So that's all for today. Allah Hafiz.